Welcome to Organic Health Hub, your trusted source for all things related to natural health and well-being. In today's video, we will reveal the 8 germiest places in a hotel room. If you are planning to travel soon, you might want to pay attention to this video, because we are going to show you some of the hidden dangers that lurk in your hotel room. You might think that your hotel room is clean and safe, but you will be shocked by some of the spots that harbor the most bacteria and viruses. These germs can cause various illnesses and infections such as colds, flu, diarrhea, skin rashes, and even pneumonia, so you need to be careful and cautious when staying in a hotel room. In this video, we will give you some tips and tricks on how to avoid getting sick on your next trip. But before we start, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our future videos. We appreciate your support and feedback. We will start with the least germiest place and work our way up to the most germiest one. We will also tell you the average amount of bacteria that each spot has, based on scientific studies. You might be surprised by some of the results, so make sure you watch this video till the end. Let's begin. Number 8 on the list is the remote control. This is one of the most frequently touched items in a hotel room, and yet it is rarely cleaned. A study by the University of Houston found that the remote control had an average of 67.6 colony-forming units of bacteria per square centimeter, which is more than the toilet seat or the bathroom sink. The remote control can be contaminated with germs from previous guests, who might have used it after touching their nose, mouth, or other body parts. To avoid getting infected, you can either wipe the remote control with a disinfectant wipe or use a plastic bag to cover it. You can also use the buttons on the TV itself if possible. Number 7 on the list is the bathroom floor. The bathroom floor is often wet and humid, which creates a perfect environment for bacteria and fungi to grow. A study by Travel Math found that the bathroom floor had an average of 764 colony-forming units of bacteria per square inch, which is more than the toilet handle or the shower head. The bathroom floor can be dirty with germs from the toilet, the shower, or the sink, as well as from the shoes or feet of previous guests. To avoid stepping on germs, you can either wear flip-flops or use a towel to cover the floor. You can also dry the floor with a paper towel after using the bathroom. We continue the journey with the number 6 on our list, which is the bedspread. The bedspread is one of the most visible items in a hotel room, and yet it is rarely washed. A study by ABC News found that the bedspread had traces of fecal matter, urine, semen, and blood. The bedspread can be stained with bodily fluids from previous guests who might have slept, eaten, or had sex on it. To avoid sleeping with germs, you can either remove the bedspread completely or ask for a fresh one. You can also use your own blanket or sleeping bag if you have one. Number 5 on our list is nothing else but the carpet. The carpet is one of the most overlooked items in a hotel room, and yet it is one of the dirtiest. A study by the University of Arizona found that the carpet had an average of 4,000 times more bacteria than the toilet seat. The carpet can be full of germs from the shoes, luggage, or pets of previous guests, as well as from dust, dirt, or food crumbs. To avoid breathing in germs, you can either wear shoes or socks, or avoid sitting on the carpet. You can also use a vacuum cleaner or a steam cleaner if available to clean the carpet. Number 4 on our list of the germiest places in a hotel room is the telephone. The telephone is one of the most useful items in a hotel room, and yet it is one of the most contaminated. A study by the University of Houston found that the telephone had an average of 1,217 colony-forming units of bacteria per square centimeter, which is more than the bathroom door handle or the faucet. The telephone can be infected with germs from the mouth, ear, or hand of previous guests, who might have used it to make calls, order room service, or check out. To avoid getting sick, you can either use your own cell phone or sanitize the phone before using it. You can also use a speakerphone or a headset if available to avoid touching the phone. Number 3 on the list is the light switch. The light switch is one of the most essential items in a hotel room, and yet it is one of the most germ-ridden. A study by Travel Math found that the light switch had an average of 1,477 colony-forming units of bacteria per square inch, which is more than the toilet seat or the bathroom counter. The light switch can be covered with germs from the fingers of previous guests who might have touched it after using the bathroom, handling their luggage, or eating their food. To avoid touching germs, you can either use a tissue or a glove to turn on the light or use a flashlight. You can also use the voice control or the remote control, if available, to turn on the light. Number 2 on our list is the pillowcase. The pillowcase is one of the most comfortable items in a hotel room, and yet it is one of the most hazardous. A study by ABC News found that the pillowcase had traces of E. coli, Staphylococcus, and Streptococcus. These bacteria can cause infections, diarrhea, and sore throat. The pillowcase can be contaminated with germs from the hair, skin, or saliva of previous guests who might have slept, drooled, or coughed on it. To avoid resting your head on germs, you can either bring your own pillowcase or ask for a clean one. You can also use a pillow protector or a towel to cover the pillow. The most germiest place in a hotel room is the drinking glass. The drinking glass is one of the most tempting items in a hotel room, and yet it is the most germiest one. A study by ABC News found that the drinking glass had traces of saliva, soap, and even fecal matter. Some hotels do not properly wash the glasses but only rinse them or wipe them with a dirty cloth. The drinking glass can be tainted with germs from the lips, teeth, or tongue of previous guests who might have drunk from it, rinsed their mouth, or brushed their teeth. To avoid drinking germs, you can either bring your own bottle or cup or use a disposable one. You can also boil the water before drinking it, or use a water filter if available. That's it for today's video. We hope you learned something new and useful. Remember to always be careful and cautious when staying in a hotel room, and don't let germs ruin your vacation. Thank you for joining us. If you found this video valuable, please support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to Organic Health Hub. Feel free to share your questions, experiences, or topics you'd like us to explore in future videos in the comments section below. Explore these other videos from our channel too.